All right, example 2. Again, we have a picture for you. From the top of a fire tower, a forest ranger sees his partner on the ground at an angle of depression of 40 degrees. If the tower is 45 feet in height, how far is the partner from the base of the tower? So, hold on. You are, yes. But are you guys okay with understanding where the 45 goes? Are you guys okay with understanding where the X goes based on what the words are telling us? Are you okay with that? Now, what I want you to kind of look at this point, the 40 degrees is an angle of depression. Is that angle of depression inside the triangle?
Yes.
It's not right now.
Well, there's 2 triangles.
Well, no, there's not. There's a triangle, and then there's another dotted line. Do you see what I mean? But you're right. I mean, you could connect that and make that a triangle. But right now, the 40 degrees is not inside that main triangle that we're looking at, right? So here's what you do. I told you, based on that video that you just saw, I already told you that the angle of depression and angle of elevation, their measures are going to be the same. And here's why. When you bring that 40 degrees down there where the angle of elevation usually is, that's okay to do that because those are alternate interior angles. Okay? Now, Matthew said tangent, and that is correct because if I circle this, the 45 is what compared to that 40? Opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? It is opposite. The X is what? Adjacent. Perfect.
45 over X.
So, tangent. This one actually is tangent. What goes next to the sine, cosine, or tangent? The angle, so 40. And then O over A, so 45 over X. Now be really careful with this one. When we cross multiply, the X isn't multiplying by 1 this time, right? So when you cross multiply, you have X tangent 40 equals 45. How do you get X by itself? Divide. So X equals 45 divided by tangent 40.
Which side you cross multiply first, right?
It doesn't.
Okay, I have it set up back.
Yeah, if you had had it set up the other way, it would have been just fine.
X equals 53.60.
53, and that is correct. 53.6, and this one is also feet. Perfect. All right, when you're ready, when you have everything written down, turn to the back. Let's look at example 3. So the problem said tower, so when I Googled pictures of towers, like the Eiffel Tower came up most. So that's what I ended up using.
You said it in the one at Kings Island.
True.
There's a tower at Kings Island?
Yeah, there's one of
It's like a miniature Eiffel Tower type thing, yeah.
I've never been.
All right, from the top of a 120-foot high tower, an air traffic controller observes an airplane on the runway at an angle of depression of 19 degrees. How far from the base of the tower is the airplane? So,
Very, very well done airplane.
I love that.
you could tell it was an airplane, right? So my job is done.
I didn't know what it was.
Of course.
Matthew got it.
Your brain doesn't process anything.
Okay, so there's the airplane. Shh, there's the airplane. Okay, where does the 120 foot go? What is that describing? Jackson, put your phone down.
Like how high it is.
How high what is?
The
Tower.
tower.
So where do you put it?
At the top of the tower.
There we go. Okay. All right, so we haven't created a triangle yet, so we have to figure out what it is that it's asking for. Yep. So an air traffic controller, which is sitting up here on the Eiffel Tower.
What?
Okay, why? Wait, hang on. Is that in real life?
Just go with it.
No.
No.
No, just go with it. All right, an air traffic controller observes an airplane on the runway. Okay, so this is him looking at the airplane. Okay, an angle of depression Remember, we go from the horizontal always to either up or down. So the angle of depression is right here. How far from the base of the tower is the airplane?
We use a special formula. That is on the tip of my tongue that I can't.
Where does my X go?
It would be right next to the airplane.
So there.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
So you would do adjacent over H? Or one of those?
You bring the angle down, right?
First of all, let's bring the angle down, and then we'll figure it out, right?
Yeah,
So right now, that 19 degrees is outside. So let's bring it down. Now let's go through that process, okay? So 19, circle it. So the 120 is what? Opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse?
The 120 would be adjacent, or opposite.
There you go. The X is...
Adjacent.
Wouldn't it be 10?
So we have O, we have A, so it is tangent. What always goes next to the sine, cosine, or tangent? The angle. So in this case, it is 19 equals what over what?
120 over X.
120 over X. Perfect. Put that tangent 19 over 1. Let's cross multiply.
120.
So we've got X times tangent 19 equals 120. How do I get X by itself? How do I get X by itself? You divide. So X equals 120 divided by tangent 19. Now, Matthew, what'd you say? 348.5 is correct. So I will bring that somewhere over here. X equals 348.5. We are measuring this in feet.
And we're almost pushing the time.
Last one, guys. Now, this one is actually accurate because see how it says that it's in Toronto?
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
I don't know what it's called either, but I actually looked it up, and that is a picture of that building, whatever it
I
is.
forget what it's called.
The CN Tower.
Doesn't that
Okay.
go like up and down on it?
It looks like it, yeah.
Or am I going?
Okay, the tallest freestanding structure in the world is 553 meters tall in Toronto, Ontario. Suppose at a certain time of day it casts a shadow of 1,100 meters long on the ground. What is the angle of elevation of the sun at that time of day?
Elevate
Okay, where does the 553 go?
tower.
It's the height of the tower, right? So 553, and this time we're in meters, so make sure you put an M instead of an FT.
So that's
Where does a shadow go?
Right here.
Talks about the shadow, right? So the shadow goes on the horizontal, correct?
The shadow's going to be shorter than it.
The shadow is how much?
Shouldn't the shadow be longer?
110. Or 1.
There you go. Yep. Still meters. Okay, let's go ahead and connect. Make our triangle here. Last thing, guys, it says the angle of elevation is what we are looking for. Where do I put that? At the what? Not at the top. So that was depression, right? Angle of depression was up at the top, and then we would move it down to the bottom. But guys, angle of elevation is automatically at the bottom. So it's going to be that angle right there.
And Gavin, the shadow would not be longer because the sun's in the sky. The shadow would only be longer if it was morning.
Yeah, let's say what time
Maybe
of
it's
day.
morning.
Yeah. Let's say what time of day is it?
Yeah, maybe it's morning. We don't know. All right, let's set it up. Let me switch colors here. So I'm going to circle my angle. The 553 is opposite. The 1100 is adjacent. What are we going to use? What goes next to it?
The angle.
The angle, which is X. Perfect. Okay. What over what?
No. 553.
There you go. Opposite, then adjacent. Now, guys, a quick reminder. How do you put this in the calculator?
Tan 553 divided by 1,100.
Say it again.
Tan
This.
parentheses
Just tan?
Second.
There you go. Because we're looking for the angle, we have to do the second tan. So we don't cross multiply in this case, remember? You're going to do your second tan. So what do you get?
You get
26 points, and then it rounds up to 7. And it was still, actually, this isn't meters. That was the angle, right? So that is going to be in degrees. Guys, have I done anything new today that you guys haven't done?
I mean,
Just the vocab, right? But can you solve these problems?
Oh yeah. I might regret saying this, but this is kind of easy.
You're gonna regret saying this. I haven't even considered.
400 years is coming in this row.
Okay.
And